Hey, welcome to How to Play, brought to you by The Games Capital. Today the game we're examining is Lanterns. Now Lanterns is a tile laying game. It also has a set collecting element. The basic idea is that we are setting up these beautiful displays of lanterns on a lake in order to collect different types of lanterns, and by cashing in those types we're going to collect victory point tiles, and as usual with most games, the person with the most points at the end is the winner. Great little game, but before we get into how it works, let's have a look at what's in the box. So Lanterns, as I said, is a tile laying game. So first of all, there are a number of these fairly large cardboard tiles that represent the various displays of lanterns. As you can see, there's different coloured lanterns that are displayed on those. Then we also have sets of cards that represent the different lanterns. They are different shapes and different colours within those cards, and they match up with the colours of the lanterns that are on the cards. Then there are also the scoring tiles. There are three different piles of scoring tiles that relate to different combinations of lanterns that you're going to be able to cash in to collect those tiles. In addition to that, there's also these spare 4-point markers, which are used when a pile of those may run out during the game. There are also a number of these wooden favour tokens, and finally a little wooden boat that represents the start player. Okay, so that's the components. Let's have a look at how this game plays. So the first thing that happens in a game of Lanterns is you need to find the start tile. And the start tile has a little boat in the centre of it. So you find that and you place that into the middle of the table. Now it's important that this be oriented so that each side of the tile is facing one of the players. Now you can play this game with 2 to 4 players. You'll place the tile so that it's facing, one side of it is facing each player, and that will determine which card, lantern card, you will start the game with. So in this instance, with the tile placed in this orientation, I'm going to receive a red lantern card because red is facing me, then white over here, black and blue, and that will be the starting cards that you receive at the beginning of the game. Then the game can begin. Each turn consists of 3 actions or 3 phases. The first 2 are optional. You may or may not carry them out on your turn, and the third action is mandatory. You must do it. So the first thing that you can do is you potentially could exchange one of your cards, and you're going to be accumulating these cards during the game. So the first thing you possibly can do is exchange one of those cards. However, to do that, you need to have acquired 2 of these favour tokens, and you pay those favour tokens and then you can swap a card. We'll talk about how you get those later, but that's the first thing that you can do on your turn. The second option on your turn is to make a dedication. Making a dedication is how you get these victory point tiles. So what you need to do is be able to cash in a certain configuration of lanterns in order to claim one of those tiles. Now I might discuss that a little bit later after we understand how to get these cards. But that's the second option, you can make a dedication. Then the third thing that you do, and you must do every turn, is play a tile. At the start of the round, each player will be given 3 of these tiles, and every time you place one, you'll replace it in your hand with a tile. So you always have 3 to play. By placing the tiles, this is how you gain more lantern cards. So what you want to do is place a tile so that it matches another colour on the board. So in this instance, if I place this here with blue going alongside blue, that's going to earn me 1 blue card to begin with. Then that tile will also give lantern cards to all of the other players, and once again also to me. And this is determined by the orientation of the tile. So whichever colour is facing the player, they will receive that colour card. So in this instance, if I place it on this orientation, I'm going to receive also a green card. This player will get a blue card, a pink card, and a red card. So on that turn, I've been able to get 2 more cards to add to my collection. And that ends my turn. Player moves to the next player, and they have the 3 choices as well. Now also what could happen is that there are some tiles that have these little icons in the centre, and they represent platforms on the lake. If you place a tile that matches another tile that has a platform on it, then you will, as well as earning your lantern card, you'll also get one of these favour tokens. And that's how you accumulate those in order to swap them at the start of your turn for exchanging a card. So as the lake grows, there's going to be more opportunities to create matches, and in fact as you play you might even be able to match 2 or 3 different lanterns on different sides, and you're going to get cards for all of the ones that you match as well as the ones that are facing you on the board as well. Alright, so now we know how to get cards, let's have a look at how the dedication works. So to make a dedication, the second part of the turn, you need to have acquired enough of these lantern cards to, in the right combination, to claim one of these tiles from the 3 stacks. So let's have a look at these. First of all, the red pile. In order to claim one of these tokens, you need to have 4 of a kind. So 4 of the same colour lantern card, cash those in and you can take the top tile. Now with all of these piles of scoring tokens, they decrease in value as they're taken. So the first one on this pile is worth 8 points, then the next one is 7 and so on. So the earlier you get them, the more points you're going to score. Then the blue pile of tiles, in order to take one of these, you need to have 3 pairs of lantern cards, and you can take the top tile from that pile. And then the final pile, the green tokens, in order to take a green token, you need to have 1 of each of the 7 different lantern cards, and then you can take those green tiles. Now, if one of the piles of tiles runs out, that's okay. You can still make a dedication of that type, and this is where these generic 4-point tiles come into play. You take one of those if the pile has run out. So that's how you earn points during the game. Let's have a look at how the game ends now. Okay, so basically the game continues until all of the lantern tiles have been placed out to form the lake and the display of lanterns. When that happens, when the last tile is played, each player gets one final turn where they can make an exchange and potentially a dedication to earn more points. And then we simply add up the tiles that we've collected, and the person with the most points is the winner. In case of a tie, whoever has the most of these favour tokens is the winner in that instance, but otherwise most points wins. And that's lanterns. In summary, players take turns laying tiles on the table to create a display of lanterns. Matching the colours of the lanterns will earn players lantern cards. These cards are used to claim point tokens when played in certain combinations. When all the tiles have been placed, the player with the most points wins. So I found Lanterns to be a great little game. It combines 2 nice mechanics in tile placement and set collecting very well. It's a simple game, quite easy to learn, but there's still some very careful decisions that you need to make during the game in terms of where to place the tiles to get the right cards that you need to make the combination that's going to earn you the most points. So nice and easy. Families will like this game. Anyone pretty much can play it. So if you like that style of game, then grab a copy of Lanterns. Thanks for watching. Happy gaming.